to another vlog. This week we are focusing on diesels. Now, to some people, diesels all look the same. I
wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, they're all blue, they all look like boxes, they all make a horrible noise, they are smelly, and they're just not steam engines. Locos, sorry. In this video, I will attempt to prove those people wrong. Starting with the first one we're going to show. Now, unfortunately, I was running this morning and it didn't run.
What is it?
It's the second time in 2 videos we've had a failure.
Nothing new.
After we've done this, I think it's just a loose cog from the motor to the wheels. It was jumping a bit. I don't want to run it and risk breaking it.
So
do you want to see what it is?
Yes, please.
It's a diesel. They all look the same. It doesn't matter, does it? Go on.
Don't look as big as those. So the diesel is... Oh, look. It's a little one.
Now, we all know what that is.
Oh, I thought it was going to be...
It's a shunter.
Yeah.
Shunting around the docks.
I thought there was... The diesels were just the big ones, not the little ones like this.
There we go.
Oh, that's well cute.
Almost converted.
Almost.
So it's a Hornby dock shunter. This particular example on the instructions inside, which we'll have a quick look at, says it dates from January 1974. Unfortunately, as I said, I need to take him apart and have a look at what's wrong with him, because I was really annoyed about that. Because it's got a fancy... That lights up as well there.
Ah, does it?
Super bright. Lights on the front there. Yeah, we'll have to...
What a shame.
Fix him. I want to pick another couple up as well. They're so common, rarely boxed. So you've got the original instructions with a...
Did they do different colours then?
Yeah, they do a yellow one and a red one. Unfortunately not blue because, well, there's so many blue diesels out there anyway, isn't there?
So is that the year then? 07, 01, 74?
I'm guessing it's 7th of January 74 with it being a UK date on it.
And it was made in England?
It was made in England, yeah. In the big Hornby factory near the seaside.
Is it still there?
It is. They moved back into it a few years ago. Do you remember that Hornby documentary?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All the staff moved back there from the lovely new offices. They looked absolutely overjoyed about it, didn't they? Yeah, that went down well. A Lima 47 in the Silver Jubilee livery from 1977. It's upside down, so there we go. This one does work.
Are you sure?
No.
Well, who knows then? I love it. It's got a big Union Jack on it. Looks really good, actually.
In real life, they made 2 of these Locos, and Lima made a version of each one. This one came out in 2001, and the other one, I think, came out in 1987. This is the more common one. I do want the other one. The differences are, in the other one, the roof is silver instead of grey, and the Union Jack is slightly different as well. So I don't know why we just didn't run it as a shot. Is it going? Hey!
Winner, winner.
Look at the full lap.
It is a little, isn't it?
Yes, I really like that, but I do want to pick up the other one. The other one we've seen twice on bargain hunts. Do you like that, Bob? Is it good? What's that? You prefer steam engines? Oh, no. Yes, I do want to pick up the other one. This Lima model was actually, when Hornby bought Lima, they stopped making their own 47 and used this moulding with a superior motor, as they did with the Deltic, which we'll show you next. How quiet this one is.
Oh, it is.
For a Lima, give him a run. It's so quiet for a Lima model, that. So now you're looking at this one. So here's the next one, Lima Deltic. I know it's not the greatest model. A lot of these Locos are chosen because of what they mean to me personally, rather than being an accurate model. Now, I went out now and bought a brand new Bachmann. Although I'd like it, I wouldn't have any emotional connection with it.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I loved Deltics, as most people do. I was lucky enough to go in the cab of one at York Station once. And when my dad was on the railway, you know, being the signalman, he always just let me know when a Deltic was coming through. And I actually, with binoculars, I can actually get the numbers from my bedroom as a kid.
Oh, really?
And if I didn't get the number, I knew what time it was. He'd tell me which one it was. So I could go train spotting without leaving the house. Now, the reason I like this particular one is when I got back into railways about 5 years ago, I mean, the first few years we didn't even have anything here, did we?
No.
We were just in boxes waiting for the right timing. This one was the very first one we bought. We didn't go out with the intention of buying a model. We just, for some reason, we said we'd go to an exhibition, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was it. We'll go to a train exhibition, see what's going on these days. Never expected to buy anything, but you bought me this.
Yes.
So it's the oldest
My
model.
fault.
It is. Yeah, it is actually your fault. You could have said no, and we wouldn't have
Yeah.
gone. We could have gone somewhere else. But yeah, it's a bit battered, but it runs better than any Lima diesel I've got. Amazingly well. And I think it cost 16 quid.
Really?
And the exhibition was actually at Doncaster, which we've no intention of filming an exhibition that big, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
We'd never get round. We could do a bit of it, but yeah. Now, the Lima Deltic came out in 1977. Before 77, Lima were a continental modeller, and everything they made was either, well, it's predominantly HO, although they did engage as well. So when they first came to the UK, guessing 76, something like that, with the Model 33, everything they did was HO. But around 77 they started, because everybody else in Britain did 00, they changed to 00. But this was already in development, hence it's a mishmash of HO and 00. So the bogies are massively underscaled. They're actually HO, and the body it's high enough for 00, but I think it's still too short. So it's not an accurate model. What's amazing is, in the 2000s, Hornby started doing their own version of it after they bought Lima. So they re-engineered this with a better motor, but it was part of the railroad range. Funnily enough, we've got one here. I'll put this back over there. So that was 16 quid. It just runs really, really well.
Was it boxed when you bought
No,
it?
it wasn't boxed, no, and it's got buffers missing, which can be... Lima leave their buffers pretty loose, so they always come off. It's better that they fall off than actually snap off.
Yeah.
And potentially, you know, damage the bodywork. So this is the Hornby Railroad Deltic. Now this was, well, it says 40 on it. We probably paid a couple of quid less. So it's the same moulding, but with the Hornby motor. And more packaging than you really need. So what have we got in here? You don't need all this. What's that? That's something to do with DCC. You don't need to know about that. And you got another piece of plastic across the top. And I mean, it's good they keep it in good condition. There it goes across there. What have we got in here? Don't know. What have we got? Is it nameplates? I think it's nameplates. You get, with modern models, you get a metal one to put on top of the sticker, should you so wish. And this tells you how to take it out of the box. Look, remove the locomotive from the EPS tray by carefully lifting out using the finger holes provided.
There you go then. Do as it tells you.
Amazing. So this one's scent padded. What annoys me is that's actually got more detail around the door handles. These are just in blue in them, they're actually in silver. Shall we let the people have a look at it?
Yes. Are you putting it on the track? Might as well now you've got this far.
Press those holes.
Oh, right, okay. I didn't realise.
No, you didn't read the instructions.
I thought it just meant it at the front.
Oh, there's more plastic. So this is a lovely livery. So we've got another Lima Deltic with the white cab surrounds, which they used because with the Deltics are based at York and Finsbury Park. And the Finsbury Park depot, which is down London, they painted the cab window surrounds in white, like they did on the green Locos. So you can see a few differences. This one's got buffers, and it's actually had different couplings put on for some reason.
Hey, look.
Well, the problem with Lima is you have these massive ugly plastic couplings,
Right.
which there's no need to have them that big. This would have had smaller ones on, but somebody designed for even bigger ones. So I don't think this is actually a good runner as a Lima one, although it's got a more modern motor. Quieter.
What's the age difference? Sounds nice.
Yeah, well this is a 70, 80, 90.
You don't want them squealing all the way around,
No,
do you?
it just stops small. It's about 30 years difference. But yeah, that's 30 years development in motors.
Go on, take it round there like you were with the other ones, and we can see.
This has never been used, you know, really.
Oh, is it not?
Of all my Locos, this doesn't come out of the box for some reason.
Someone feel as though they're screaming at you on the way around.
Well, you can go out and buy some new ones.
Right, yeah. Okay. So you said it's got more detail. Obviously, these are painted.
It's not really got more detail.
So even in that 30 years,
It's quite though, isn't it?
It is.
Well, it's the same moulding. It's better colouring. If you look at the end of that yellow, that is actually body colour. That's not paint. This has been painted. That's far more prototypical. I know that has as well. Better buffers. These are just picked out. It's basically the same. Has it got different wheels? Yeah. Do you wanna? We'll bring that one over there, and you can see because the Lima models have brass wheels.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. So put them to the camera. You can see the brass ones on the Lima, and there are darkened metal on this one. But everything else, apart from being stamps, obviously, is the same. Next.
Same at the same time.
Now for something completely different. This was a bargain. 25 quid. Now this is we go from the Italian to the French. Massive box of it.
Do you often get the extras here?
You do with Girard, that's how it's pronounced. They're the continental style couplings, or the old Hornby ones you used to get on the Hornby Double-O. So let me show you this one. Funnily enough, this also dates from 1977. This is a Girard Class 40. We do see a lot of Girard Class 40s at the bargain hunts and the toy fairs. Quite a few exhibitions as well. Now, it's an unusual model. It's not exactly to scale. That's a bit too curved for a Class 40, and the bogies are very wide. But it's a nice model. You know, for something that dates from the 70s. You know, it's really good quality. The detail's pretty good. It's got working lights. It's got a 5-pole motor.
I like you can see the handrails as well.
Separate metal handrails as well. I think you did get it on some Hornby ones, but I'm not sure they did it as early as 77. Let's see if it's on the track for a start. Again, quiet for an old model.
Yeah.
And that is pretty quiet for a... Considering it's not even on the track, it is really quiet. It's a 1 Coco 1, and it's a bit of a monster, isn't it? Really?
It is, yeah.
So this came out in 1977. It was made for a few years and sold. It was made... Where was it made? I think it was made in France. It's a French company. It was actually made in France. Made in France. So they were made in France, and then something happened with the company. I think they started making them in Ireland. They had a different distributor. But we've got some Mark II coaches that look really well with this, but with no other Girard Locos. I can't think of any other ones they did apart from this. Pretty unusual. Somebody took over and started up production in the 90s, but it's very, very rare. But I like to have things that are a little bit more unusual.
Yeah.
That's what I saw in you.
I'll kick him in the shins later.
Yeah, nice little model. And the 40s are very popular Loco in real life, but they were quite, underpowered.
Yeah, I don't think the lights are working on this side.
I don't think they do on one side, no.
No.
A blue 37. You like these, don't you?
I do like a 37, yeah.
Why? I don't know. Not my favourite.
It was just, I think it was Ian when he was showing us round the big layout.
We had a few, yeah. Not like this one. This dates from, I think this came out in 77. Now, keen modelers will know this is a bit of a botch job. And the reason for that is, I think it uses the bogies from the Class 47. You know, a bit of money saving there. Put on the 37, so I think they're a bit too big and bulky.
Is it just on this one or all 37s?
All Hornby 37s up until they started, until they bought Lima. Then they started using the Lima moulding for the 37, which we have got, but I don't know where it is. I've lost it.
So obviously got too much then.
No, just...
It's hidden somewhere.
I think it's under there, under here somewhere.
You should see under here.
So this, you don't want. They'll know. They'll all be the same.
Yeah.
You've got a cat under there.
Box on box. Yeah, it's cat's on the sofa, the dog's on the floor.
That point is coming up. It's hopeless.
Yeah, it's been well used though, hasn't it?
It's going to be moved. Right, here we go.
It sounds lovely.
It's not bad for a room floor. They do have a habit of screeching when they... So what we've put on this was in the 1979 Hornby catalogue with, as a train set with this rake of Mark II coaches. Obviously everybody had these Mark II coaches back in the day. You can pick them up so cheap, there were so many made. However, there are several differences in them. They originally came out in 1969. When they first came out, they all had lighting in them.
Oh, did they?
They had built-in lights and everything. But that would have been trying them. When they came Hornby, I think in 1973, they didn't do them with the lights. And that, you can tell the Hornby ones, as opposed to the Triang, is the Hornby ones say Intercity on. So, and they had these chrome window surrounds. Not all of them had the chrome window surrounds. The budget ones that you give out to mail order catalogues, like K's and people like that, have unpainted window surrounds. So that's how you spot them.
Right.
I think it was from 1979. Instead of the chrome, they had an aluminium paint finish, so they're not as shiny. And that's when they also went to a different, neater form of printing. So there are slight variations, but you're only going to pick these up if you want something really cheap, or you just want something to look period with the Class 37. This is my favourite of all the Hornby catalogues. The 1979. I've got a few of these. And I did have one back in the day, so look for the 37 in here.
Makes me laugh when you're looking at the photos, though. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this perfect nuclear family.
Yeah. Let's show it.
We don't want to We don't want to show the picture of this kid. He might be watching. Sorry. If that was you, our apologies.
That could be Rick.
It isn't. Although we have got a Duchess of Sutherland somewhere. Alright, we can't see this. We'll skip to the next. Oh, there's the 25. We've got that over there as well in the shed. And that's the mammoth of Tamer. That's under there. Got that. Got that. Excuse me.
Oh, they say how it came as a set.
So that's the set it would have come with. There you go.
So that's how it would have come as a set.
So we're going to travel right back to 1979. It's Christmas Day. Dad's gone out to the pub. Mum's cooking tea. And little Richard is playing with his train. So look at the last two coaches that are coming into shop now.
You can see the glare off these.
No, that's my head.
But there isn't so much.
Chrome surrounds, aluminium surrounds. I had a metalwork teacher who couldn't say aluminium.
We all have that word.
It was always, sir, what's this metal called? And he couldn't say aluminium, so he went, or not aluminum like the Americans did, but he couldn't say aluminium. He should have been a woodwork teacher, shouldn't he? He was a good teacher, though. Next choice is the Hornby Class 25. This also came out in 1977. Now, if you'd watched our community page recently, well, taking a look at the post I did on the Loco battles, I pitted the 25 against the 37. 25 is my favourite, 37 is Pauline's favourite, 37 won 60-40 or something like that. Now, I think the 25 is a better model. One, I prefer them in real life. Two, it's got working lights on the top. And I just think it's a better model than the 37. And if you've got a smaller layout, having, you know, Bobos as opposed to Cocos, they just work better. They've got the same motor, but we'll give this one a run. We're going to go back to 1979 again. And it
Seems to like that time.
I was at my peak then.
What do you mean?
It runs about the same as the 37. I mean, these look really good when you wear them up a bit, you know, because the bogies look very plasticky.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of a lean on it. We'll forget that. It's a common problem with these old Hornby diesels. So we'll put this rake of wagons on. Now, all these were in the 79 catalogue, and there's another train set in there. On the opposite page to the 37, if you go back one, with a few of these wagons on. The only thing we're missing is the brake van. There you go. Nope, next one.
This one here.
Yep, show them that.
So
that's what we're going to run now.
that is all donkey wagons.
And a few more. They're all in that catalogue. That's quite a long train, this one, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Will it manage?
Oh, absolutely fine. These have got rubber traction tyres on, so they're cheap.
What's all that bit on? Is that just part of...
That's the fertiliser thing, yes, so they're all the valves and the stuff to get the fertiliser out. Oh, it's going the wrong way.
Reverse, reverse.
So what we got on here, we got pork. Don't know what that is. I think that's coal, sand, Smiths, crisps, snacks and nuts. Do you still do Smiths?
Yes, I do
Okay.
think they do, yeah. And I'm
Okay.
not sure they still do that one, you know, with a little blue packet of salt that you can add to yourself.
That's one where you sometimes get pure salt and one crisp.